G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're all having a fantastic afternoon or whatever time it is in your part of the world. I hope you're staying happy and smiling and having fun. Today I'm going to be doing a movie review, but before I do that I want to share two pickups that I made today. I bought them here in Australia earlier today. And the first film isn't one that I expected to buy, but it was only $10, so I thought why not? It's based on a true story and it's supposed to be quite disturbing, and that film is called Boys Don't Cry. I heard a bit about it. I have high expectations and I will be doing a review of it once I've seen it, hopefully sooner rather than later. But this is the film I'm really excited about. It's a South Korean film. South Koreans recently have made some very, very good films. It's from the same director of The Good, the Bad and the Weird, A Bittersweet Life and The Quiet Family, and this one is called I Saw the Devil. It's supposed to be a very, very brutal revenge film. Can't wait to see it. I will be sharing my thoughts on it after I've seen it, as soon as I get the time, but really excited for this one. The expectations are very high. Now, I've got another UK Amazon order coming soon, so when I get them, I'll be doing a DVD update. But until then, for the time being, I'm going to be doing a movie review. Now, this movie is a horror comedy. It's from Norway, so it's in Norwegian language, English subtitles, made in 2009, directed by Tommy Wirkola, and this movie is called Dead Snow. Now, you can see by the cover art, I love this cover art. It's my favourite cover art. And it basically spells out what kind of film this is going to be. You know, you don't have to know anything about it. You don't have to know the synopsis. Just look at the cover and you know what kind of film you're in for. This pays direct homage to early Peter Jackson and Sam Raimi films. So fans of those sort of films, I think you get a lot from this one. So the story is as follows. 8 medical students, going for a boozed up weekend in a cabin in snowy Oxford, Norway, discover a nasty history lesson of the local area when they uncover some old Nazi gold. Cue an army of upset Nazi zombies waking up in order to get their gold back. Their snowbound getaway, stocked up only with beer and ski equipment, becomes a hilarious splatterfest that pays direct homage to classic Peter Jackson and Sam Raimi films. So what we have, it's set in Oxford, which I hope I've said that right. That's a little area in the mountains in Norway, so there's a lot of snow. They go here for the weekend in this cabin. They want to spend the weekend just having fun, relaxing, drinking alcohol, do a bit of skiing, all that kind of stuff. And so they get to the cabin, and that night they uncover some Nazi gold, which is located in a hidden compartment just below the cabin. So they're really surprised they've found such a thing, and they've known that this is there for so long, and that maybe they could take it. So they're all they're pretty excited at what they've just uncovered. But then this guy who appears to be a loner and a local in the area, he basically invites himself inside the cabin, and the friends basically offer him some coffee, which he accepts, and this is where he tells them about the history behind this area that they're in. He asks them why they're in this area, and he tells them that it's quite dangerous, and there is a legend that surrounds this place, and it involves the Nazi gold that they just uncovered. So basically, what the legend is that in World War II, when the Nazis occupied this part of Norway, there was an uprising from the villagers, the natives, Norwegian villagers, and they weren't happy with the way they were being treated by the Nazi soldiers. So there was an uprising, and the villagers basically killed a lot of the Nazis, and the surviving Nazis fled up into the hills to hide. They ended up freezing to death, leaving behind all their gold. So then the legend has it that these dead Nazis basically came back from the dead. They're Nazi zombies, and they want what's theirs. So what's theirs is gold, and the gold that these students are holding. So that puts them in immediate danger. So to start with, as anybody would, these medical students laugh it off as just a crazy old man with crazy old ways. The man leaves, but then it soon becomes apparent that this legend has a lot of truth to it, because they're being bombarded by these angry Nazi zombies. So that's as far as I'm going to go. The story, you can basically tell where it goes on from there. There is no depth to this film. It never pretends to be a serious film, so there's not going to be any real spoilers. But still, I'm not going to go through the funny moments, because I feel that they'll be even funnier if you're not expecting them. So that's as far as I'm going to go to synopsis. It is a basic sort of storyline. It's very crazy, you know, Nazi zombies, but it does really remind you of Peter Jackson and Sam Raimi. So if you're a fan of those two directors, you'll get a lot out of this one. But I'm going to go as far to say that this film is better than anything Peter Jackson or Sam Raimi has done. I know I'm going to cop a lot of criticism for saying that, but as far as I'm concerned, I enjoyed this film a lot more. I loved it. I think this is destined to be a horror comedy classic. It's right up there with Shaun of the Dead. Now, what I loved about it is the fact that it's so crazy, and I was really surprised, especially for a Scandinavian film, at just the level of gore and how well the gore was done. Now, the bright colours, the setting, which is in the snow, really helped the gore because the blood seemed really bright red and you could see everything. So I really, really like the idea of being in the snow and the very bright colours, which doesn't give a disturbing atmosphere. It gives a very fun atmosphere. And the characters, they're all, you don't hate them, but you don't like them either. So when you see them being brutally slaughtered, there's no disturbing sort of atmosphere to it. Although some of the way these people die is quite disturbing, just by the level of gore and how graphic it is. It really surprised me. You know, Scandinavian horror isn't known for their gore, but this one really does stand up to the plate, and gorehounds will absolutely love what's on offer in this film. Now, the Nazi zombies were hilarious. They've still got their helmets on, and they basically follow the command of the leader. Yeah, it's just really crazy. Don't take it seriously because obviously it isn't supposed to be taken seriously. There are some hilarious scenes. I wish I could share them, but I don't want to because, as I said, it'd be a lot more funnier if you find out for yourself. But there are some scenes in here that just made me laugh. It was just absolutely hilarious. There's really a really cool soundtrack, and you know, it's just really, really smart comedy and just very, very good filmmaking. There's not a lot more I can say about the film. If I had one criticism, it's got a very slow sort of build-up, but during that build-up, although there's no violence, there is some kind of comedy element in it. So while it's a slow build-up, you're not going to be bored because I found myself laughing towards the start as well. And there's also some fairly scary scenes too. There are scenes where they're stuck in the cabin and the zombies are outside, very reminiscent of The Evil Dead, and you know, genuinely created a scary sort of atmosphere. So you know, it does have a very good horror element and it has a very good comedy element. So while it is scary, it is very fun. It's very, very gross. Don't watch this film while you're eating, and just expect a really good time and really good laughs. I rate this as a classic. I loved it. I don't know why it's taken me this long to review it, but I have now. And you can see by the back there just how crazy it is. The gore is top notch, really, really good. And if you're a fan of foreign horror, or if you're a fan of films like, as I said, Brain Dead, Bad Taste, The Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell, then this is a film you definitely have to check out. Don't let the subtitles put you off because it is one hell of an experience. And yeah, I highly, highly recommend it. Alright guys, that's my review. Until next time, take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.